Hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be talking about the IS-4. But before we start, don't forget to like, comment, as well as subscribe underneath this video. We're about to start, so grab a drink, as well as something to eat, and let's go! Alright, so as usual, we're going to be starting off in the garage or the hangar. But before we talk about anything, let's just check the stats on how well I did in this thing for a lot of battles. So as you can see, I did over 3k damage and 64% win rate, which isn't too great. It's not too bad. I think it's quite decent. So yeah. So I think I can talk about this tank quite objectively from experience. As you can see, everything in the first row is standard. The second row is a bit more tricky because you can choose enhanced tracks or the toolbox, but I personally go for enhanced tracks so the tracks can hold a bit more damage, and improved assembly and enhanced armor. So here, if you want more HP, go for the HP, but I personally use enhanced armor because it does save you sometimes. For tournaments though, you could be taking the HP pool because that's what people in tournaments tend to do. Alright, so now in terms of ammunition, as you can see, everything again standard. You have to carry at least 12 rounds of gold, and for provisions, everything is the most expensive because they tend to give you the most boosts. And in terms of consumables, again, everything is super standard, adrenaline, and you know the rest. So that's all for everything you have to know about the garage or the hangar. Alright, so this is a live game and we're going to be playing and talking at the same time pretty much. So here I'm going to be talking about the IS-4, the advantages and disadvantages. So number one, let's talk about the armor. The armor on this thing is amazing. The sides, the turret, the front plate, everything is amazing about this tank. The lower plate is so small that most people, even when aiming for it, will hit your upper plate and it will ricochet. So in terms of armor, there is no complaint. So in this tank, you actually feel like an armored beast. Even if you're playing as a mouse or an E100, you never feel as armored as in the IS-4, which is amazing. The IS-4 is probably the most armored tank in the whole game, just because of its really weird and troll armor, especially the turret. It doesn't get penned so easily, such as the mouse's turret, and the front plate is super troll. I'm not even kidding. Even if it's gray, you won't pen it. That's just how it goes because it's a Soviet tank. Now next, in terms of maneuverability and speed, armor, and here again, it has no real big issues. It's 40 kilometers per hour. Everything is great. As you can see, I just shot the 50B on the move and hit him right in the face, so no problem. The maneuverability is amazing for such a very well armored tank. I mean, you won't see this in an E100 or a mouse, so this is just amazing. Obviously, it's not as fast as the IS-7, but again, compared to the E5, it does feel a bit faster at times, especially when you're going straight. Again, as you can see, we bounced the 50B twice, even though we did nothing. You know, that's just Soviet armor for you, and pretty much, yeah. The only thing you would really complain about is the gun. Obviously, the gun is quite standard, but in terms of dispersion and gun handling, there are better tanks out there, such as, again, the E5 from the other day is also better than the IS-4 in terms of gun handling. There is the Chieftain, there is the FV. So this tank's key is pretty much its armor. The tank plays around its armor, so you're meant to be fighting on the front line. So you're meant to get into position quickly, get to the front line, and brawl other heavy tanks, and push the side your team is going to push, you know, obviously. So you're the main guy who's going to be taking all the shots. If there's a mouse and an IS-4, they are the two main guys taking all the shots. But the difference between the IS-4 compared to the mouse is the fact that you will be blocking a lot more damage than the mouse, in my opinion at least, because the mouse's turret is just weak and is trash. So yeah, the IS-4 is also amazing for tournaments. That's why a lot of people take it for tournaments. The two main tanks for tournaments is the IS-4 and then the E5, but in my opinion, the IS-4 is the most common tournament tank out there, and that is for a good reason, because the gun is very decent, the mobility is very good, and the armor is just amazing. So in a combination of everything, this tank is very versatile and can do all the roles that are required from it. So yeah, that's all I had to say about the IS-4. In my opinion, it's just an amazing tank, especially for newer players. It is the best option out there. With that, this video comes to an end. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe underneath this video. I'll see you guys next time. Happy is out. Bye-bye.